Hello, this is GT Gaming Dens, the lobby, according to my co-host. Today we're going to be talking about Diablo Immortal, the worst thing maybe this year for microtransactions.
Oh yeah, they're really
I
taking
mean,
the
this
fucking
might be
cake.
the worst AAA, specifically coming from a AAA studio, microtransactions I've ever seen. I mean, we didn't do a whole ton of research into it. I played the game on my phone a little bit. I think the game controls like shit.
Well, yeah, because you're playing on your phone, you should play the PC version then.
Well, yeah, well, okay, well, the PC version isn't out yet, is it?
I think it is. It's probably out on the fucking Blizzard fucking launcher though.
Okay. Well, regardless, yeah, I mean, we've done something to talk about microtransactions before, but even compared to those microtransactions where there was, like, you were promised a ship and stuff in other video
Oh
games,
god.
just to have fun and play the goddamn game now, you are required to spend upwards if you want to be able to compete with the top players. So you would have to be a whale to begin with. You're looking at spending over six figures, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. From some posts and videos I've seen, it'll cost upwards like $100,000 to $110,000 to fully level a character. I guess that's like between getting these legendary gems from crests that have RNG with them, and just the amount of money you would probably have to spend to increase. Because I saw a caption from a video I was watching, a guy Yong Yao, a YouTuber, and it was showing like the different star tiers you can get. You can only get up to 2 stars from rare crests, which you can get
For
in the
free.
game, yeah,
Yeah.
for free. And then it's like a 0.05% chance to get a 5 star legendary,
Well,
and 1% for a 3 star.
I did listen to some other people talking about it. Apparently, there is a pity system in the game.
Oh yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
after you spend a certain amount
Yeah,
of
you
money.
have to spend $100. You get 45 of those crests.
Yes.
And then you have to spend another $100 to get the remaining 5 more crests you need to activate the pity and get yourself a guaranteed 5 star.
Yep.
But it's not a guaranteed like legendary 5 star, I guess, with max stats and everything. So, I mean, regardless, but I mean, okay, crests and that, yeah, those are. I haven't played a lot of Diablo games and stuff, but from the looks of it, with how drastically different it increases your stats, it's kind of necessary. And I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, why did somebody actually? Are people spending money on this game? Is what I want to know.
Only the whales, we hope.
But I'm like, why? It came out on mobile, right? I know they have a PC version, but are these PC functionalities in the same thing? And like you said, they had their A team make this game, and they have a B team making the next Diablo
Yep.
game. Why? Like,
Uh,
it's just
the only thing I can theorize is that maybe because that whole Activision, Blizzard buyout from Microsoft, I guess maybe they're trying to make as much money as they can off these franchises they have before they inevitably sell it off so they can get a few extra pennies in their pocket. But who fucking knows? It's just really fucked.
but just going back to the microtransactions. Didn't you say you had to pay real fucking money just to be able to join a guild or club?
Yeah, I read somewhere or heard somewhere that yeah, you do need to do that. You need to yeah, spend money to join a fucking guild, which I just find really fucked up. I don't know what the costs are, but
But regardless,
yeah.
why is a basic functionality in this game costing money? I mean, we're like this is what concerns me. Like, because I think whenever I see shit like this, I'm like, so virtual reality ever becomes an existence, right? We're literally is going to be a paywall behind everything in life. And
Yeah,
that's the thing that it's like. This is just like, I know this isn't virtual reality or anything, but I'm like, it's something you see because these are major companies that would be assisting to help virtual. I know that Activision and Blizzard aren't helping to make the thing. I don't think they are, but virtual reality, whenever it comes out, they're going to be a part of it, and they're going to be one of those corporations where if you want to do anything, you're spending fucking. You have to cut off your own arm, sell it on the black market, give up a testicle, a lung, your ovaries, just to play a fucking game.
another fucked up thing from what I saw was that apparently You know how some games have like daily login bonuses?
Yeah.
You can upgrade it, for like $5 or $10 or whatever in Diablo Immortal. And what's really fucked up is apparently if you buy that pass, whatever the fuck it is, and you miss a single day, you don't get to have that item. So you can basically pay for something and end up losing it. And that I find really fucked up.
No, they took it to another level that I seen that was even worse, right? Besides that daily thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know the battle passes and stuff, right? They have multiple versions of that battle pass. So you have a basic one where free-to-play players get it, right? Yep. Then you have the paid ones, right? Then you have the pay ones. You can pay even more to get better stuff.
Dude, this just sounds like a fucking like Scientology scheme where you have to pay higher tiers to get more access to this fucked up information from them.
I mean, it's just. I mean, Activision and Blizzard. What's the best thing they've done recently?
The best thing they've done?
Yeah, I mean, like game wise. I mean, like what the fuck have they done? Like Hearthstone's the last good thing I can remember them doing. Like the monetization in that game, I felt like was a little bit fair.
The last great thing I remember from them at all is the infamous meme of when Diablo Immortal was revealed, and
everybody got a phone.
Yeah, don't you guys use phones? No, it's the brave soul that stood up in the crowd and literally asked the great age-old question of, "Hey, I know it's not April 1st here, but I mean, is this an out of Fool's April? Is this like an out of season April Fool's joke?"
Okay. And I just looked this shit the fuck up real quick because I was curious. And this is, I know we haven't posted on our website in a while or done any articles, right? But this is why I do want to get back on that. Because this game got a fucking 81%.
Yep.
A 4 out of 5
yep.
from Android Central and 4 out of 5 on PC Mag. Why the fuck would a game like this deserve that?
It's because...
I mean, like, look. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. I get it.
Fine.
The gameplay is good.
Yeah,
There's solid gameplay, but you can't ignore the fact that it's part of the game. These microtransactions are part of the game. If you're gonna just sit here and be like, oh well, the gameplay is good and stuff, but we're gonna ignore the fact of the microtransactions, you're not giving them a good, realistic rating. Because people are going to look at it and be like, oh, hey, they gave it that kind of rating, so it must be fun to play. Then they play like 5 hours of it, and it's like, well, I had to spend money on everything. Why wasn't this mentioned anywhere? You know?
Another great thing I read. Sorry, I'm a fat fuck. I'm enjoying some goldfish right now. Another great thing that I read about how it's targeting people is apparently these systems were tailor-made to try and lure in more fucking people to start, like, buying this shit. It's like, those are, like, resistant. That's what they're trying to target. They're trying to get new fucking people in. So I think that's why all these new systems are added in to try and get as many people as they can on, like, various levels to try and spend some money. Because there's even a fucking pass on there for, like, $1 or $2. It has, 800% in value. Like, to really try and sell you in. Like, hey, it's a free-to-play game. It's only $1. It'll get you a nice set to help boost your progress early on. It's 800% value, man. We're getting an $8, $9 pack for $1. It's one measly dollar. Come on. Just put in that one little tiny dollar. It's like, no. If I hunted hard enough, I could probably get a game for $1 fucking. It'll give me more entertainment than that fucking pack ever will. But, yeah.
This is just... It's so bad. Like, the monetization, like, I know we talk about it a lot, but, like, dear God, are game companies getting greedier and fucking greedier, and it's never going to stop because, I mean, I'm not talking bad about the guys who spend money on the games you enjoy. Go do what you want, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's you guys indirectly who are causing this to affect everyone else. It's because you keep buying into this bullshit.
Literally.
And it's like, it's hurting the people who do not have the financial resources, like us and every other day gamers, who just simply can't afford fucking $10,000 worth of shit.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to spend 10 fucking years trying to level up one character. And that's another great thing I saw.
Especially when you're coming from, like, games like the other Diablo games, right? I haven't played them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that they had. There's no way they had any kind of microtransactions like this.
No.
And if they did, I would have been shocked. I didn't hear about it.
There's one thing that Diablo 3 had that I saw some shit about. It was the auction house.
Yeah, but they got rid of that.
Yeah, because of really big fucking backlash, frankly. And they had to redo the whole fucking game's economy and progression. As a result, the game was a lot fucking better. But no. One thing that I've read that I really liked was apparently, let's just say you decide to buy one of those packs for cosmetics, and the worst thing is that your character isn't saved on your fucking computer. It's saved on a server. And if you decide to buy that pack for that particular character, and you say, I don't want to use this character anymore, I want to start brand new, fresh, and you delete it, you lose that fucking purchase.
Okay, how to be a scumbag 101.
I'm telling you, man, we're in the wrong fucking business. I mean, I know it's immorally wrong, but it just seems like if we put something like that out, we'd be fucking millionaires. But if we did do that, I'd want to be like as consumer friendly as possible. Like $20 for a Mona skin from fucking Dislight. No, something like that, be $1.
No, 1 penny. Let's be those a-holes. New monetization scheme. It will get everyone hooked. Penny for every single fucking thing. You want to max level your character? It normally takes you 40 hours. No, 1 penny, you can get to max level right now.
Damn, that's actually.
You know how quickly 1 million people buy that 1 penny? How much money would that generate us? Let's look real quick.
Let's just say 1 million people decide to buy it for a penny.
Yeah, for a penny. That'd be $10,000 right there. I think we could do that, and we have everything in the game is just based around paying 1 penny. So you can increase everything for 1 penny.
Well, then we gotta consider, like, there's gotta be the cut for fucking Apple if it's, like, on the Apple Store or the Android Store. But, I mean, even then, if it's, like, 30%, I mean, that's what, at least $7,000?
Yeah.
Shit. I mean...
That's the new monetization scheme. Make it so that everyone has access to the monetization.
Oh, my God. Yeah, let us know how you guys feel about that. Just 1 penny for a skin. Let's see if we can actually live off of that.
There's probably like guidelines or rules against both of that. It probably is not even possible. The lowest thing you could probably do is $1. I think that's the lowest I've ever seen.
Yeah, but even then, $1, it's like that's fucking.
But dude, you got to think about it. Right now, at least if you live in America, inflation rates and shit are so fucking high. It's like I know several people who went from living comfortably who are now living paycheck to paycheck. So.
Oh yeah, like. I just love seeing some of these, like, I know I don't want to keep it too political on here, but there was, like, a video I was watching, Memeology 101, great fucking YouTube channel, and it's just memes and shit about, like, the political state of the world, and our government is so fucking stupid! Like saying, oh yeah, everything's rebounding, everything's improving, there's an economical recovery going on. It's like, oh, economical recovery, is that why inflation went up between 8% to fucking 30%? Is that why everything that used to be $1 is now $1.25?
Well,
is that why everything's getting downsized by like 20%?
I didn't understand, like, I don't know why the government... Now, I might have been wrong when I heard this and stuff, and you got to take everything with a grain of salt because it's fucking internet. You never know what's true and what's false.
True.
But I think I watched Biden somewhere state that he planned on taxing, like, these major corporations like Walmart's, all the other retail stores and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
They planned on taxing them heavier, right? So I was like, in my brain, I'm like, so you're going to tax them heavier so that they don't lose profits. They're going to raise their prices on shit. How is this helping us?
No, it helps them. It helps them. But anyway, back to Diablo Immortal. Yeah, I never played a Diablo game. I've seen, like, games that, took inspiration from it. It looks pretty cool. It's a looter-type fucking game. Something that would definitely appeal to me.
If you like Diablo... It's a really old game. I still play it occasionally. It's called Titan's Quest. Pretty good game. They just like had new versions of the game. I would recommend playing. I mean, they added in Norse mythology and stuff. I haven't got the chance to play it yet. I know it's been out for like a year or two now.
Yeah, you just keep talking about that for a minute.
Yeah, great game. Similar to Diablo, I would imagine, but also very unique in its own way since you're going through mythology and stuff. But if you guys are looking for a game that beats Diablo Immortal, I would probably say go to that game. Sorry, wanted to show me his dislight Sander.
Yeah, as much as I have some umbrage with Dislight, I'm really liking Daddy Sanders. To anybody that might know who the fuck he is, he's best doggo. But yeah, another great game that I saw that took inspiration from Diablo. I haven't played it yet, but it's free to play on the phone as well. And I'd say this is probably a lot better. It's called Eternium. I'm not being sponsored by them. I don't even know who the fucking
we don't get
developers.
sponsorships as of right now, at least.
But Eternium, it definitely looks like it took inspiration from fucking Diablo. Let me just go to their page. Like, you can give me an opinion here, Chief, about how it looks.
I've seen that. That's been out for years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been out for years, but what I love about it is, besides the fact that it's free to play on the phone, is that it doesn't require an internet connection, so you'll never have to worry about getting shut down. And I really prop games like that, because it's just like, there's a lot of games. I think that's even worse. Jesus Christ, bud. 1 second. Ugh. I think that's the worst thing with like mobile free-to-play games. They always require an internet connection and a server, and I've been through that a lot. Ace Combat Infinity, Mobius Final Fantasy. Those are two games I invested a shit ton of time in. Thankfully, no money at all, but I invested a few years into them, and lo and behold, they got shut down because they stopped making money. And for a game just not to have an internet connection, I really appreciate that, because then it's like you can just go back to whenever you want to, even a decade down the line, and it'll still be there. I wish more games had that, because that's like a huge debating factor a lot of people don't consider, is that if it has an internet requirement, several years down the line, it could get fucking shut down. Another game, Crusaders of the Lost Idols, I mean, it hasn't gotten shut down yet, but they basically said that, oh yeah, we're going to stop adding in updates. And the best thing is, it's still in beta. It's been in beta for like 8 fucking years since I played it, and it's, oh yeah, it's ending service in beta. Like, oh gee, great, you didn't even release the full fucking game, you're shutting it down after 8 years. But yeah, Eternium, check it out. It looks kind of cool. I haven't played it yet because I'm one of those assholes that hoard games and never plays them. Woohoo! 1,500 games!
If you guys have played the Diablo games or the Titan Quest games or any of the other games we mentioned, right? Just one other game I want to throw out there. I think it's been getting some negative backlash. I don't think that the developers have been doing the best job with it. But I mean, if you want, like, I don't think it's an expensive game. It's called Grim Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cheap game. I played it a little bit. Can have some fun with it. Yeah. I mean, I think the game had potential. I don't know if they're still working on it. I haven't looked at it probably a year now. But if they're working on it, it's probably a good game compared to Diablo Immortal.
Definitely, yeah. But, yeah, otherwise, I mean, that's like some of the fucking things I have a problem with Diablo Immortal. I mean, besides the fucking fact they got the best talent to make a money-grubbing scheme of a game instead of focus on a legitimate sequel, it just shows how far Blizzard has fallen. Because, I mean, I was never a fan of Blizzard to begin with because they had World of Warcraft. Like, the best I remember Blizzard was from the episode of South Park where there was all those fucking nerds grinding up fucking characters take on the fucking the boss. No, it was the characters from South Park that decided to kill like the weakest enemy in the game for like 3 months straight, and they got fat and they were shitting from their chair and all that shit. That's like the best I remember of World of Warcraft, because I can never get into the whole paying for a subscription, but just seeing how far they've fallen, I can only imagine how the fans feel. Because I kind of had a discussion like this last night to myself about Lord of the Rings. I was watching a video about that, and how the new show just looks like shit. And I'm a Star Wars fan. I don't care about Star Trek. I don't care about Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, none of them. I am a fucking Star Wars fan. But even with my enemies, it's like, I kind of feel bad for the Lord of the Rings fans, because I just seen their property get fucking shit on. It's just like, I feel bad for them. It makes you want to watch the original shit. So for the Blizzard fans, the people that are fans of World of Warcraft, the fans of Diablo, I feel a little bit sad for them that their games are getting butchered like this with fucking predatory microtransactions.
But, I mean, this is the thing, right? And I imagine people, like with the auction house that we mentioned earlier, how they got rid of that, right? Blizzard's owned by who now?
Well, Blizzard was bought by Activision like a
Okay.
decade, 12 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't. Do you know when Diablo 3 came out?
Oh, it came out way
Did it?
before that.
It came out before Activision acquired them, right?
Let me go look.
Because I'm gonna just say this: if Activision wasn't around when they made that change, then the thing is probably
2008, and let's see when Diablo 3 was made.
it's right there.
Oh, 2012. Okay, so
there might be a chance that Activision and Blizzard might actually go back then and hopefully change their horrible monetization.
yeah, because
Let's look at it like this. Realistically, guys, if you got the money to spend $110,000 on that fucking video game, you might as well start your own fucking game company, man. I mean, $110,000, you can buy yourself one person to do the artwork. You could do the artwork. You fit in one role, get a couple other people, pay them. You could probably make a game better than that. What the fuck? What was the Pikachu that you just randomly showed me?
some I'm considering buying. But anyway, yeah. But no, it's like $110,000. That is so much.
You could buy a house for that.
You could buy a fucking car. There's a lot of things you could buy with $110,000.
You could invest it in an index fund and get an 8% return every year.
Which you could spend more on microtransactions.
Or you could buy yourself a computer upgrade. Or you could buy a ripped off eBay collector's edition of PS5.
I feel a little bit attacked with that computer upgrade.
What else could you do with $110,000? You could cure world hunger, according to, the English government. No, they were asking, I think, Elon Musk for like $2 billion or something to cure world hunger.
Yeah, and then he fucking backtracked heavily from that, yeah.
Well, no, because the fucking plan sucked. You're not going to cure world hunger with the plan they gave.
Look, I'm kind of on the fucking... I'm more on the morbid side. The only way we're going to fucking solve world hunger is by doing the Thanos plan. We got to have some sort of population control.
Did you see the one comedian, the one guy you showed me, where he was talking about world hunger and stuff?
Yeah.
He's like, well, the reason there's world hunger is that everyone who's starving is living in a fucking desert!
Oh, yeah, that too.
He's like, take them, instead of dropping food off to them, take the U-Hauls out there, right? And pick their asses up and move them to a city.
Well, even then. I mean, then you gotta worry about the transportation cost of living,
Yeah, well, everything costs fucking money now, so...
Yeah, fucking breathing costs money at this point.
Survival of the fittest, just, stop supporting those who are struggling. No, I'm joking, don't do that. If the world didn't support each other, we'd all be dead probably by now.
But, yeah, Diablo Immortal, I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about them? Anything you've read or saw about them that's just really fucked up?
No, I mean, it kind of makes me sick when I look at AAA studios that we consider AAA, right?
Mm-hmm.
That release these fucking games. I'm like, you guys got so much money.
I mean, I think
at this point, if you feel like you can't make money through making a good game, then just close your fucking thing down. I know that a lot of people will be losing their jobs and stuff, but dude, come on. I mean, I haven't worked in a game studio with other people. I've tried making games by myself and stuff. It's not easy. I know it's difficult. There's a lot of shit that goes into it.
Oh yeah, totally.
But I mean, I have to feel like the developers of these games, unless if they just want to make money themselves, which I know they're not making the money the CEOs of these companies are making. Mm-hmm. I'm like, the developers of these games have to do you guys if anyone who's listening, if anyone, if you're working in a game development studio and stuff, do you guys feel okay putting all these microtransactions in? I mean, is it not something that bothers you? I feel like most people that would want to start these companies and work for these companies would be looking towards more of making things that are fun for other people to enjoy. Don't show me that this motherfucker had an $8 billion. No, I don't care about Bobby Kodak's net worth.
No. His proper name is Bobby Kotick, and yeah, $8 billion. I can only imagine if, the amount of employees he has. I'd wonder if maybe how many employees are at Activision Blizzard. I really want to know.
All right. Well, I guess I'll pull up the calculator since I feel like this is gonna devolve into some math real quick. Wait, he's Activision and Blizzard.
He's active. Yeah, he's with Activision. Okay, so we'll
he's
just say
9,000.
around 10,000 people.
All right, so eight. It was 8 billion.
Yeah,
All right, divide that amongst
10,000 people.
10,000 people. Everybody at that game studio could be making almost $1 million a year
If he shared the wealth.
if he shared the wealth.
Imagine if you got a job proposition like that. Hey, you want to join our team for $1 million a year?
Yeah.
That's life changing.
I mean, even if he was to, be generous and say he keeps $2 billion to himself, right?
Yeah, just do $6 billion.
Yeah, $6 billion. Everyone at the studio could be making $600,000.
That's a 10 times increase over the average, like what, 50, 60,000
yeah,
for
and
a full-time developer.
Yeah, and these people are, that they have shitty working conditions 95% of the times. There's abuse and stuff that's happening that's been clear.
Yeah.
With modern day, right? You have people who are getting forced to crunch and not getting paid overtime. I mean, and you got these CEOs of these companies. I'm not saying if you work for these companies to go and quit or go on strike because they always are like, oh, we'll hire new people. But you can only hire people back so quick. If you guys just decide to all band together, stop working for, say, a month or two, the CEOs of those companies are going to fucking feel it.
Oh, yeah, totally, because it's like less people working on the
especially the shareholders of the game company and stuff. There will be a lot of angry people.
Yeah, but it's just like, that's why I just hate Bobby Kotick, because he's literally like a businessman. Like, I think even when he was like 8 or 9 years old, he was scheming people out of fucking chocolate bars.
Is he the one who said that we don't make games for fun, we make games as a business now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, no thank you.
I mean, that's not what gaming started as. It started as, hey, we're some dudes, we want to have fun, we want to make things for other people to have fun. Let's get together, make some fucking Pong.
Yeah, the days of old of those nerdy game developers, that shit's long fucking gone. Now just gaming, like I view gaming as taking the route of like the football leagues. It's like I know, no doubt, at first football was just seen as a sport that the guys had fun tackling each other, throwing balls, and all that shit. And as time goes on, big investors and people that put money in them expected returns between advertisement, ticket sales, concession stands, the whole 9 yards. And now football, it's like I see nothing more than it just being, okay, let's just hire the most physically fit guy to throw a ball and tackle somebody and make money off his fucking name.
Well, those people do have skill, and they work their asses off to get where they are.
The same as fucking developers.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. But, I mean... it's so bad. And what makes me sad about game companies and stuff nowadays is that the people that work on these games 95% of the time go unacknowledged, unheard of, and stuff. What are we looking at?
The global football market size was valued at blah, blah, blah.
They really just say 1,883 million. Would that not just be billion?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Today's global sports industry is worth between 350 billion and 450 billion. Let's just see what the gaming industry is worth.
That's in pounds.
Whatever.
It's worth $480 billion. What the fuck?
Here we go. The global gaming industry is now worth more than $300 billion. And guaranteed all that is from microtransactions.
Oh, yeah. It's all from micro.
And that's
games don't make money. Like, if you listen to game studios, you can't say that, though, because there's other game studios that make money. It's just the people at the top of these AAA studios are so fucking greedy that the games just...
I remember gaming back in the day. I'm not that old here, guys. I'm like mid-20s here. But I remember back in the day that gaming was all about making the weirdest shit possible. We're showing off your artistic fucking style.
Yeah, you want to be inventive, take risks, see what works, see what doesn't work. Now, 95% of the games we get are copy-paste.
Yeah, because they're analyzed. Like, take the Battle Royale genre, for example. That shit blew up.
I'm so tired of it.
That shit blew up because of PUBG getting a lot of traction on Steam. And as a result, everybody started copying them. Fortnite, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Fucking all of them, all the big guys. No doubt, fucking Halo's probably trying to do a fucking battle royale with their game. They all started to follow trends. It's all about analyzing trends and seeing what people are into. Like fucking, last year, a couple years ago, everybody was on the cyberpunk train. Everybody wanted cyberpunk shit, so everybody was doing cyberpunk.
Oh, you remember when I almost bought a cyberpunk phone? Oh god, I'm so glad I didn't do that.
I'm glad I didn't waste money on a $400 fucking cyberpunk goddamn chair. Fuck you, CD Projekt Red. You killed my fucking hopes and dreams. But besides that, it's all about analyzing trends. Like, no doubt, wherever the next trend that comes out, every single game company is going to try following it, and it just shows that it's now less about fucking risks and, trying to be creative, new ideas. It's all about copying the fucking last great thing.
And this is what I mean. It's like a game company I really like. I think they do good work. Insomniac Studios, right? I don't feel like they take too much risks with their games anymore. I mean, it's a lot of copy. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of copy paste shit. I mean, I enjoyed the newest Ratchet and Clank, but I'm like,
it was riveting.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it had. I mean, it had new features and stuff, but it wasn't like any big risk taken in the game.
Yeah.
The fucking Spider-Man Miles Morales. Okay, cool. Here's a new Spider-Man. Here's a new villain. Here's a new, one new ability with his fucking electricity and camouflage. Okay. Same city, same everything else. Okay. Some new challenges. I mean, and I'm going to tell you right now, those challenges, having worked on making my own games and stuff, to make multiple challenges like they do in like those Spider-Man games and stuff, like the web swinging challenges, hey, go find this item and stuff. Dude, that shit don't take that long to fucking program and process and put into the game.
It depends on how experienced you are with the engine and, like...
But I mean, the majority of the people working at Insomniac probably are... I mean, I look at...
Years upon years of experience.
Yeah, they only hire senior developers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I tried to apply to be on an internship. I had never been able to even get that.
Insomniac makes AAA games that sell billions, garners a lot of goodwill, and have senior developers. Activision. Oh, we fire the senior developers, hire interns that we don't fucking pay or pay shit amounts because they're interns, and we have them make the microtransactions riddle games. We make 10 times the amount of money, but we burn so much good fucking will, we get a fucking infamous name for ourselves.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's either you go two routes, you're infamous or you're famous, so...
Speaking of fucking infamous, fuck, I want a new goddamn Infamous game. Have you ever played Infamous, actually?
No, I've seen gameplay of it, though.
Oh, dude, that's what started me on my fucking superhero kick. You gotta play it sometime. Or God, I hope there's a remaster.
I will probably one day. If this ever takes off, I mean, I'll be more than willing and happy to play it on like a live stream for everybody to watch how bad at gaming I am.
Oh yeah, you'll be fucking shit. I mean, just hopefully, if it doesn't get a remaster, hopefully via emulation it'll improve, because otherwise, I mean, you have one of three options. You can either play it on the PS3 and it's fucking dog shit. Now I'm remembering, I saw some fucking videos. It runs like ass. The other option is on PlayStation Now, I think, because I bet there's a cloud streaming version. Or, God forbid, do it for emulation. Emulation's the worst spot, because it's like, it's still not fully optimized. There's still some games that can't run on the PS3 emulator, but hopefully in the next couple years, the software's improved, the hardware's improved. Ooh, one day, Infamous, 4K 60 FPS. Mwah! I love Infamous, okay?
Yeah, I can tell you very much like Infamous.
Dude,
I mean, you guys couldn't see what I just seen, but oh my god.
Dude, alright, a side tangent. What has a game ever influenced your morals and your personality in your life?
Not that I can think of.
Alright, what event in your life, either from movies, people, game, or whatever, influenced like the morals you have now, influenced the person that you are?
Yeah.
If you don't mind sharing that personally.
I'm like, my morals and stuff were probably more outside of gaming and stuff, movies. Had, very different life experiences outside of gaming and stuff. I'm not going to talk about those things. I mean, I've seen stuff and I'm like, those are the things that influence my... Huh?
Fuda chicks?
What the fuck?
Okay, well, with me and my morals, I feel like I got my moral compass and like the good side.
From Mad Max.
That's my car! No. Now I got my good morals, or at least some of them, from playing Infamous. I just remember always going the good guy route. Any game that had like a moral system, I always wanted to be the good guy, go for good karma, because it's just like I can't bear to be a fucking ass. The only time I'm an ass is if it's in a game like GTA, where it's like, yeah, you are a psychopath. You're supposed to burn these 20 civilians with a flamethrower. All right, let's do it.
No, but if you're talking about like moral systems in games, real quick.
Don't tell me you blew up Megaton in Fallout 3.
No, but I mean, when I look at like moral systems, I just want to talk about it real quick. But moral systems in games sometimes are very relevant in the game, and sometimes there's no reason for them to even be in the game. Like sometimes they actually affect gameplay, and other times they do absolutely nothing.
Oh, what's an example of a game that didn't really impact it that much?
I think it was. What was it? I think it was. Fuck, I can't think of the name of the game. Ah, fuck. I know what it's an RPG game.
Characters, stories, settings, anything at all?
I'm trying to think. I literally listened to a GDC talk on it the other day.
Are we going to be playing 20 questions right now?
Nothing. It's like an old RPG game. I think it was like open world. Fuck, dude. I can't think what it was called.
The Witcher?
No.
Dragon's Age?
No.
Fallout?
No. I don't think you've ever heard of it or played it.
Well, this will be fun to hear.
That's why I'm kind of pissed off. I'm like, what is the name of the game?
Yeah, and now we're going to go on a 20-year search. We got to try to find Rygar, son of fucking Rome, for you.
Oh, God, dude. That one took us forever to find.
Oh, yeah, it's some sort of Roman guy with a shield. Can you be more specific there, bud?
The games that we played when we were young and just completely forgot.
Yeah, at least I remember and have physical copies. You're just like, oh, yeah, I sold all my games when I was, like, 9 years old. Like, why would you? Like, Jesus Christ, I always want to keep my shit, and I'm glad I fucking did. I probably have a few rare copies of some games over here. PS3, PS2, PS1. Does anybody have Toy Story Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue for PS1? Yeah, I have the fucking disc and the instruction manual, man. Yeah, fuck the PS Plus premium version.
That's
Fucking
what it
Christ.
is. Fable.
Oh, Fable!
Yeah. I couldn't think of what the name of the fucking game was. You have the game, okay.
Yeah, two swords.
Fable 3, I think it was.
Oh,
they
dude.
have a moral system in the game, but it does absolutely nothing. Like, you being bad is pointless because you get basically no reward for being bad.
No, you know what the correct way to play Fable was?
What?
One of my favorite systems in the entire game. Real estate agent. I shit you not. Real estate agent. The concept... Alright, spoilers for Fable 3 if anybody's never played it, because unfortunately there's no way to get it, because funny story about Fable 3. This game was delisted years ago, and I managed to get a copy off of Amazon for $45, and this was like a few years before discovering G2A. Apparently they have copies for $20. So I got scammed for some money, but the fact that I get to own a copy of the game that's delisted... Here, let's go to the store page for Fable 3. Oh, it's a Steam front page. Fuck me. So, yeah, Fable 3.
Can you even install it? Does it have the information to install it?
Yeah. Here, I'll install it right now. Yep, Fable 3 is installing.
Okay.
Yeah, so Fable 3, what was interesting about that game was there's a story that you're a kid who's living in a village, kind of like the first game, and what happens is your uncle's like the king of the city, but he's like fucking tearing it to shit, and it's like your first half of the game is literally you trying to rise up against your uncle, build up your power, and you eventually fight him. And in spoilers, once you defeat him, you come to realize that, oh, the reason why he was being an asshole and taxing everybody and doing all this shit to the city is because he saw a vision that an evil, dark plague or whatever is going to ravage the city in like 60 days or a year or whatever. So then your second part of the game is you literally being a king. You get to actually be the fucking king. Some games, like the end game rewards, oh yeah, a cinematic where the crown gets put on you and boom, you're the fucking king of the goddamn world, game ends. No, you get to be the fucking king for the second half of the game. And the whole concept of that is to make decisions, like moral decisions. Like, okay, you can either give 10,000 gold to feed the poor, or you can tax the fucking poor an extra 10% and make them angry, but you can get more money towards the war funds because you need the war funds in order to defeat the fucking plague.
But what the fuck is the plague? I haven't played the game.
Oh. I don't know either, but I'm just going off of experience from what I heard. But basically, the only real way to win at Fable 3 is to be a real estate agent. Because in that game, you can buy every house in the game.
And generate, like, infinite income?
Yes. Hundreds of thousands of gold. That's how you basically have the win-win situation. Well, early on in the game...
Hey. They did this to show you, they hoped that little kids got the chance to play the game right. They wanted to show you where you make money in real life.
Like a famous fucking mafioso boss once said, buy land. God ain't making none no more. But yeah, it's like that kind of drew me into Fable 3 because that's like one gameplay mechanic that I kind of like in some games between GTA, Assassin's Creed, Fable 3, and a couple other games. I love property management. I love the whole idea of buying a property, having it generate money over time, and as I do like other quests, it's like, oh yeah, 15 minutes, oh hey, I just got 10,000 florins from, Monterione. I just did a fucking side quest for, collecting feathers for like 30 minutes. I just love that whole idea of, passively making additional income from building up like a certain thing. And it's like additional reward. Like, okay, you're doing this small quest to like do a checkpoint run, a race. Yeah, you get like 1,000 florins from it. But maybe after doing a couple of them, you just get 10,000 from your fucking city. So it's like, oh hey, it's like a boosted reward. But also, I just love being fucking Monopoly, man. I just love having millions of florins and making myself like a rich character because I'm poor in real life. So fuck it, my digital characters will be fucking rich assholes.
Yep. Yeah, man, that's the only way to go. I mean, we can't get the money in real life even though we try.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll go the other route.
But also, if you don't mind me talking more about the real estate mechanic, here's the thing that I never understood about Assassin's Creed, was that you're a fan of Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And obviously you can rebuild all of Rome. And you can obviously make way more money from Rome than Monterione, or somewhat similar, which is kind of weird. I never understood the fact that, obviously, canonically, maybe Ezio doesn't have any money. Maybe he didn't make that much from Monterione. But, I mean, if you did all the side... Like, if you were smart, like me, and grinded up the first few hours from constantly stealing money from everybody on the streets, that's what I did to maximize profits. I played, like, the first chapter of the game for a couple of hours, pickpocketed everybody until I got to a certain threshold, enough to upgrade all the towns in Monterione. And then from there, I'd start getting 7,000 or 8,000 florins. It's not the maximum. I think the maximum is like 12 or 13,000 once you get everything. Weapons, paintings, the statues, everything. But just building up the cities alone, the shops, you got a good chunk of the money. What I don't understand is, in my canon, Ezio did that. He had all the towns upgraded as soon as humanly possible. He's probably made like 1,000,000 florins if he was a cheapskate. How the fuck is he poor in the next game? Or God forbid, if he made millions off of Rome, why didn't he rebuild Monterione?
You know that every game series that continues with the same character finds some way that they're like...
Yeah, I know.
They gotta reset their stats and everything.
Yeah, and that's what Brotherhood was. Your town gets destroyed, you lose all of your gear. Fuck, you've seen Altair's armor get struck by a fucking cannonball. But hey, that special fucking metal made by Altair, it's unbreakable, it's still fucking good. I just hated the fact that there was no way to, like, rebuild Monterione, because the map is there. You travel there. It would have been nice if, like, in a remaster or a remake, you can use, like, a shit ton of funds, 500,000-600,000 florins, just rebuild Monterione. You can go back there, and you can get Altair's armor again. Because fuck the Romanus armor, I want Altair's armor. That's, like, the best armor set next to the Templar armor from Black Flag.
Is there any game you can think of, like, off the back of your head that actually took, like, the concept of, like, hey, you did all this progress in the first game, you carry it over to your second game?
There's only two instances. Infamous, where if you have a previous save, you can carry over a little bit of your karma and some XP. So you can get a couple abilities early on, I think. You could start off at like the first tier of a good character. It'll give you a small boost. But another game that I can remember at the top of my head that had that sense of carrying shit over in a bigger way, Mass Effect.
Okay, oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Because in Mass Effect 2...
Well, it's all story-driven, isn't it?
It is story-driven. It does carry over your choices, but the thing is with... not Infamous. Mass Effect, if you completed the first game and you carried it over, you carried like 5 or 10 levels, because the level cap was changed. It was 16 or 50 in the original game, and it was 30 in Mass Effect 2, but you carried over like 5 or 6 levels, so you got a huge jump from that. On top of like an extra 100,000 credits, which lets you upgrade a good chunk of shit early on, like 10,000 resources. And it can stack with New Game Plus rewards to the point where when you beat the game, you get the achievement you beat, and you start a brand new game, you start with like 60,000 of every resource, 250,000 gold, and all that shit. It just basically lets you upgrade everything from the start when you find the schematic. But the most broken bit was Mass Effect 3. You can carry over your shit from Mass Effect 2 into 3. And they raised the level cap this time to 60, but if you have a completed character from Mass Effect 2, you start right the fuck off at 30. So you can have like a good chunk of your skills upgrade in addition to a couple of extra resources. So that's like the only instance I remember that. Oh, and recently what IOI Interactive did for Hitman 3 is they heard a lot of people complain about the fact you couldn't carry your progress over from Hitman 1 to Hitman 2 or Hitman 2 to Hitman 3. So they basically redid it so that anything you complete in Hitman 2 you can carry it over. Locations, items, clothing, and all that shit. Even though we had the huge disadvantage, it's an online-only game, and apparently if you're disconnected from the servers, none of your fucking progress saves.
Yeah. I don't know. I do think that that mechanic, though, is actually a pretty neat and fun mechanic.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to see it implemented in more games.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for example, I'm going to bring up Ratchet and Clank, for example.
I knew you were going to. I was just thinking of that. Go for it.
Well, in that game, you reset and you always lose the weapons, right?
Yeah.
In the sequel, Going Commando, right? You had the ability to repurchase some of those weapons later in the game.
Yeah.
But they never do anything else like that in the later games. Some guns make a reoccurrence, like the bouncer and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I always thought it'd be cool if, like, there's just some, like, home planet that Ratchet and Clank have 100% designated as their home, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe even if it's only unlockable at New Game Plus, right? You gain the ability to go back to that planet and be like, oh my god, you have a save file from all the other games, right? It's like, here's every weapon that's ever been in Ratchet and Clank.
Ooh, God, that could be a little bit broken, but it also sounds really fun. But yeah, I mean, I just wish there were more games, like you said, that had that type of mechanic. I love how we went from like shitty microtransactions to Diablo. Just talking.
Well, that's
about
what that's what this whole podcast is.
I'm glad.
We hope that if eventually a community grows around, we can do live streams, talk to you guys, and we can just talk about gaming and how shit it's probably going to be in the next 10 years.
Oh yeah. But, it would be nice if more games had that, because there's probably a dozen games that I can't recall, because my mind's, like, short-minded here. But there's probably a lot of games that could definitely benefit from something like that, like carrying over, like, being able to carry over some things into, like, the other games, but it's, like, obviously, there's, like, gameplay balances, time and work being put in to actually carry that shit over, or remake assets. Obviously, they're not going to do that. I mean, another game that comes to my mind was Black Ops 3. I think one of the reasons why Black Ops 3 is so well, deserved on the PC community at least is besides the mods that, they brought back a good chunk of the maps and they remastered them. And it just makes me hope there's a Zombie Chronicles 3 in the future, or a 2, where either in Black Ops 5 or the next, Treyarch game, they just bring all the fucking maps in.
Look, if we're going to talk about zombies, because I know we like zombies, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be very honest. Treyarch's worked to death right now.
Oh, they are.
I mean, there's no way. We're not going to get a good zombies probably for a long time.
Not until the fucking Microsoft thing goes through, Bobby Kotick is pushed out, hopefully, and some huge changes go through Activision Blizzard.
They're making zombies games for not only their games, they're making it for 2 other studios too, aren't they?
Well, if I remember correctly, in the past few years, like, their recent release was Call of Duty Cold War, And then, the latest one released was Vanguard before Infinity War takes the reins.
Like, they clearly, Activision saw that Treyarch was doing the best out of all of them,
yeah,
right?
literally.
And they were like, okay, well, we want you to assist all the other teams, basically making it harder for...
That's what I was going to get into.
It's making it too hard. You're putting too much pressure on them.
Well, that's what happened. Like, from what I heard about the zombies fucking mode for Vanguard, I don't even think it was supposed to be in there, but they just slapped it in because they're like, hey, zombies is a big thing. We got to have in all of our games now, I guess. So I can only imagine if Modern Warfare 2 is going to get zombies. Originally, they were going to have zombies in Modern Warfare 1, but Infinity War just scrapped because, like, we want to keep our game realistic, which is why Modern Warfare seems to be so good, because it was the darker, grittier side of fucking war, shooting civilians for the greater good.
And they were able to focus on what the game is supposed to be.
Yeah, unlike fucking Vanguard here, where it's literally superhero fiesta, war chick that knows how to shoot snipers, just disregarding accurate fucking history for war, and they just turned into a fucking John Wick, fucking Michael Bay shootout fest in World War II against Nazis. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's just as bad as Battlefield 5, I think, with the amputee chick. Have you ever seen the trailer for Battlefield 5? Yeah, literally a woman with an amputated arm just kicking ass.
Is that the one with the guy who did the really cool trick with jumping out of a jet, shooting down another jet, and then landing back into his jet?
No, now we gotta watch this. We're fucking watching this. But, I'm gonna forget my train of thought, but whatever.
Battlefield 5. Is this the newest one that everyone hates?
No, that's 2042.
Ah, okay. Did people play Battlefield 5?
Yes.
Better mute that shit.
I am. Calm the fuck down.
Inappropriate content.
Okay, here we go.
Do.
But yeah, Vanguard. That's what I gotta remember. Vanguard zombies.
Yeah, but so you said there's an amputee person here? She has
an amputated left arm. She managed to hold that fucking machine gun perfectly and fire it.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's necessarily inaccurate historically. Granted, I don't think that they actually would have been deployed into a field combat situation.
No.
I would imagine that kind of amputate, like that kind of, stuff actually was realistic, like prosthetics back then, though.
Oh, yeah, prosthetics, definitely, but having somebody like that...
But I'm not going to imagine, I've shot guns before, and I mean, I can't imagine a prosthetic being able to give you enough strength to not fucking hurt yourself.
There wouldn't be enough gun control for the recoil.
The recoil you'd probably hurt yourself horribly. Unless you were firing a pistol, but she's firing a rifle.
And I think this is like all staged. The gameplay does not look like this. At least like these animations here.
No. What a shocker. Gameplay doesn't look like actual game. That's nothing new nowadays.
Yeah, but it was just that whole idea of, like the chick having the amputated arm and just having a prosthetic be able to hold those guns. Like, that just would not have been accurate during this fucking period of the game.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm kind of done with all the rants for the day.
But yeah, just like
anything else you gotta say?
Yeah, just to finish my thing with like Call of Duty Vanguard. Like, yeah, they just basically tacked fucking Treyarch on to do the zombies mode, but they only had 6 months to do it. And obviously, if you only have 6 months and you're working on other shit, obviously it's not going to be a polished product, and that's why, Zombies and Vanguard's like one of the worst iterations ever. Along with the worst Call of Duty game, probably to surpass Call of Duty fucking Ghosts, no doubt. But, yeah, I mean, that's all I wanted to say, talk, rant, whatever. Yeah, just don't get Diablo Immortal, and just do what we do. Just go back into the past, play the older games, because you'll probably have way more fucking fun.
Play the old games that actually had some kind of love and care put into them.
They have a soul.
They're not looking for your money.
Fucking pennies in your fucking socks.
But you want to do the outro?
Fine, I'll do the outro since you did the intro. This has been GT Gaming Den's The Lobby. We'll talk to you guys next time about wherever the fuck we can scoop up under the heels of the other gaming giants. But take care, stay safe, game on, and get them fucking kills.